Hey friends, it's Angel here and you're watching On Purpose with Angel Brantley, and I want to say thank you as I typically say in front of every video or at the beginning of every video, because I want to remain aware that you don't have to sit here and watch these videos, and so I appreciate it. You may notice in this video I'm a little congested. I'm not 100% right now, but I'm doing okay, and I'm really focused on pushing myself to just do things even when you're not feeling the best. You're probably gonna notice I said this in another video because I made a video yesterday, not feeling the best, but the goal here is really to just encourage myself and maybe even encourage you that, you know, things won't always be what you want them to be. They won't be perfect, but I think we have to stop waiting on perfect to do what we're called to do or what we're supposed to do. And, you know, doing this right now is my effort to do that. That's my vibe, that's my energy, that's how I want to move forward for the rest of my life. Like, not waiting for things to be perfect. I've spent a lot of time, listen, I'm gonna zoom in, because I mean a lot of time waiting for things to be perfect, and when things would go wrong, I would just start over again. And it was really I would like to say it was like a trap of the enemy, but really it was just my own procrastination or my own fear that was causing me to say, like, okay, if it's not this way or this way, then I'm not gonna do it. Or then I would then punish myself by starting all over. If you don't know, I'm a life coach, and so I would start, when I first started life coaching, I had this logo and all these different things. And when I first started, I was on purpose with Angel Brantley. And then I went and I ended up having our first daughter, Emmy. And I took a break, and then when I came back, I was like, okay, I'm gonna rebrand, I'm gonna change the colors, I'm gonna do all these different things. And ultimately, like, it was really me afraid to kind of get back at it. And so I would just find ways to put the energy I needed to just do the work into all the things that really don't matter. Yes, a logo matters, I obviously have one, but I just was so caught up in that, and I was putting the energy that I needed to do the work to help people. Like, I am called to help people, and there's so much in me that belongs to you, or you, but I was using that energy to talk about changing my colors, creating another logo, doing another website, coming up with more curriculum, like all this stuff that is really great, but I wasn't doing the work. And so in this season, I'm really focusing on just doing it. All the other stuff will come together. Yes, aesthetics matter. I believe colors make a difference. I have a marketing degree. I believe in all of that, but I'm deciding to do it different, because at this point, me not doing what I know that I'm called to do is starting to feel like I'm stealing. Like, honestly, if I think about it, it makes me feel like I am robbing people in my life, or even complete strangers. I'm robbing them because I'm holding all that's inside of me, because I'm waiting for things to be so perfect. And I don't think that God has called us to a life of perfection. I think he wants to perfect us over every day. This is why new grace and mercy comes every day. He tells us to renew our minds daily. There's always a perfecting that's happening. So I'm not saying that we shouldn't be working towards it, but I don't think he's waiting to use you. I don't think he's waiting for you to make impact in the earth once everything is perfect, you know? And so I honestly, this is not even why I jumped on to talk today, but this is where I feel led to go. So this is where I'm gonna stay in this vein. I don't know who you are, but I believe that there are a lot of us that are withholding our gifts and our talents because we're waiting for things to be perfect. I am crazy enough to believe that we serve a God that will use broken people to heal broken people. And I think that once we realize that, like, there may be an area that you admire me in. You're like, oh, she seems so strong in this area. But I also may be weak in another. In that area that I'm weak in, you may be strong. So why wouldn't God allow us to interact with each other and help each other heal or be better in the areas that we're weak and the areas that we're strong? You know, and I think that we don't often leverage though our weaknesses and our strengths because we're waiting to say, like, I have nothing wrong, like everything's perfect. We want to be presented as if we have everything together. And I'm done with that, to be honest. Like, I'm done with that life. I don't want to create a space or an atmosphere that people feel like they need to be perfect or all together to be in my life or a part of what we say my circle. I believe that I can obviously learn and grow from believers, but even if we don't align with the same things, I still think we can learn and grow, and so from each other. And so I really want to encourage you that, you know, whatever that idea is, whatever that goal, that dream, whatever you're believing that you were created to do, or even if you don't know what that is, I would really like to encourage you to really seek that. And I think a lot of times the things that we're good at is obvious to people around us, but we are so unaware of it because we are looking for it to be a certain way. So if you are looking or searching for, you know, your, I guess, it factor, like what is it that you should be doing or what makes you special, I think you should ask the people around you. Start there. I did a video with my friend Chanel. It's called Words with Friends. And a big part of that was like, you know, maybe we could start believing positive things that people believe about us. There are things that people already believe about you that you struggle with because you don't see it. But what if you use your energy in 2022 believing the things that other people have said about you? What if you let someone else tell you what you're really good at and then pray about that, or, you know, and just seek God about, like, is this what you would have for me to do right now? Or is this my calling in life? I think that's the first thing I want to say, that if you are struggling with knowing your it factor or believing or searching for what makes you special, then give people around you permission to pour truth into you. And you may not believe it right away, but if they're in your life and they love you, they even may say something that causes you to feel pushed. But I think we have to stop being afraid of someone pushing greatness out of us. The reason I am where I am today, and I'm still not where I want to be, but it's because I have a group of people around me that have literally poured into me for years, and they've seen things on my life that I didn't always see or believe, but because they've continued to pour those things inside of me, and then instead of saying like, girl, you just love me, I started saying, okay, maybe if the same thing is coming up from different people, maybe they know what they're talking about and I don't. And then I started dealing with my own self-esteem and my own beliefs. And I actually started realizing that what people believed about me was things that God had already said about me. So the real issue was my lack of trust and belief in what God had said. And so once I began to work on that, I started believing what people were saying about me. And so maybe that's where you need to start too. Listen to what people are saying about you, and then identify, like, if I don't believe this, is it really a lack of trust in the people or God? Because maybe, just maybe, they see me the way God sees me, but I don't see me the way that God sees me. So your process may need to start there. But if you already believe what God is saying about you or has said about you, but you're still struggling with looking for things to be a certain way, how about you throw all of it out the window? Like, how about you just completely go all in and trust God that through your obedience, He's going to help you with all the things that you're waiting to be perfect. And maybe your imperfect, whatever you feel like is imperfect may be just right. It may be perfect for the people or for the person. I want to start with the minimum because I think sometimes we're like, oh my God, I'm going to help 500 people. What if your imperfect idea is just perfect for the one person? What if doing it will only help one person? Will that be enough? And for me, I've decided yes. If my imperfect videos, I don't know about the lighting, I don't know where, today I'm sitting here, tomorrow I may be sitting on the floor, but what if the one thing that I'm doing today, what if it helps one person? I have resolved in myself that, my friends, is enough. Because if I help one person, that has a potential to help another person. Or it can change an entire family. And I'm only responsible for either whatever I'm saying is going to be a seed, or it may be a watering. I don't know what it is, but I'm not responsible for the increase. And so if you are already keenly aware of what you're supposed to be doing, but you're waiting on the perfect, how about you stop? Let's stop together, because that's what I'm doing. I'm stopping and I'm saying, God, I trust you. Whatever it is, I will come to you, be my authentic self, and I will be a vessel. Use me in all my imperfections to help someone else, then that person will help someone else. And if that is the way I live the rest of my days, then my friends, I will be fulfilled. And so, again, this is not what I was going to talk about today, but this is what it is. This is Angel being authentic. If you know me, you know this is the way I roll. I hope that you are encouraged to be who God has called you to be. Maybe you're starting it in 2022, but don't let it stop here, guys. Like, literally, be who God has called you to be. People are waiting. In fact, I may be waiting as well. So don't steal from me. Don't rob me of what God is giving you. Step out and do what He's called you to do. Thanks for listening. I really appreciate it. I love you guys. Bye.